You're well over 60, and there's a lot more you need to do compared to your 20s and 30s, especially eating healthy. But with prices skyrocketing, it's getting tough. Those apples that were once $1.50? Way up now. You're wondering how to eat healthy when your wallet can't support the health you deserve. Sure, apples, bananas, and spinach are nutritious, but they're overrated and overpriced compared to the plant-based proteins I'm about to share with you. Even on a budget as tight as $10 a week, you can afford these options and maintain that healthy lifestyle you've been dreaming of without sacrificing your other bills. The fourth one will genuinely shock you. You knew it was affordable, but had no idea it was so rich in protein, offering both longevity and vitality. If you believe there's value in this video, subscribe to our channel, like this video, and type 1 in the comments section. If it doesn't resonate with you, type 0 and tell us how we can improve so that we can serve you better. Let's get right into it. Remember when your doctor said, "Just take another pill for your arthritis pain"? Well, what if I told you there's a tiny powerhouse sitting in the grocery aisle for pennies that could change everything? Let's talk about lentils. Not exactly glamorous, are they? No fancy packaging, no celebrity endorsements, just humble little discs that might be the answer your aching joints have been begging for. "But Martha, I've tried everything," I hear you saying. That's what my neighbor Eleanor thought too, until she discovered what these magical little legumes could do. Now she's walking her dog again for the first time in 3 years. Why are lentils such a miracle for our generation's creaky joints? Let me break it down. First off, protein. But not just any protein. While those expensive steaks might actually be feeding your inflammation. Yes, you heard that right. Lentils deliver protein that actively fights it. Your body knows the difference. Then there's the magnesium factor. Remember how well you used to sleep? How your muscles didn't feel like concrete in the morning? That's what magnesium does, and lentils are swimming in it. Think of it as WD-40 for your rusty joints. Here's something your grandkids probably never mentioned. Potassium from lentils helps flush out sodium. All those convenient frozen dinners and canned soups we rely on? They're filling our bodies with salt that makes joints swell like balloons. Lentils work like natural diuretics without the bathroom trips. And fiber. Good heavens, the fiber! Your blood sugar has been on a roller coaster for decades, and guess what happens at every spike? Inflammation. City. Lentils smooth that ride out, giving your poor joints a break from the constant inflammatory assault. The real shocker is the folate content. While pharmaceutical companies are charging hundreds for anti-inflammatory supplements, nature packed lentils with vitamin B9 that lowers homocysteine levels. In plain English, less fire in your joints? But what do I do with lentils? I can hear you wondering. That's the beauty. Toss a handful into your soup. Simmer them with some onions and carrots. Mix them cold with a bit of olive oil and lemon juice. They practically cook themselves while you watch your programs. And the cost? Listen closely. For the price of one fancy coffee drink that your grandkids can't seem to live without, you can buy enough lentils to ease your joint pain for 2 weeks. But wait, there's more to love about lentils. Did you know your granddaughter's fancy plant-based diet was actually inspired by what our generation knew all along? These magical lentils aren't just joint savers, they're life changers. Those expensive meat alternatives the kids are buying? Please! For generations, our cultures knew lentils could replace meat at a fraction of the cost. Imagine serving taco night to your family and not telling them there's no ground beef. Just seasoned lentils making your arthritic fingers feel better with every delicious bite. The secret smile when they ask for seconds? Priceless. Here's what the health food stores won't tell you. Unlike other beans that require overnight planning, who has time for that anymore? Lentils cook up in minutes. That's right. While your neighbor Betty is still soaking her chickpeas, you're already enjoying a protein-packed meal that's fighting inflammation. But cooking is getting harder with these hands, you might say. Exactly why you need lentils. 1 pot, water, lentils, 20 minutes. Done. No fancy equipment, no complicated recipes. Even on your worst pain days, you can manage this. Let me tell you about my friend Richard, tough as nails, never complained a day in his life. His knees got so bad he couldn't play with his grandkids anymore. Started eating lentils 3 times a week with just a pinch of turmeric and black pepper. The power combo your doctor forgot to mention. 6 weeks later, he was down on the floor building block towers. His doctor was speechless. The real secret nobody's talking about? It's the combinations. Add a squeeze of lemon juice to your lentils, and you've just doubled the iron absorption. Throw in some spinach, and you've created what I call a joint renewal bowl. These aren't just meals. They're medicine without the copay. And listen closely. You don't need to throw out your recipe cards or say goodbye to your favorite meals. Just start somewhere. Add a small scoop of lentils to your soup. Mix them into your meatloaf to cut costs and inflammation. Every spoonful is fighting for your mobility. The pharmaceutical companies hope you never discover this, but our bodies were designed to respond to real food. While your medicine cabinet is filling up with bottles promising relief, that humble bag of lentils sitting in your pantry might be the answer you've been praying for. Remember when we could garden all day without paying for it the next morning? When we could pick up our grandchildren without wincing? Those days aren't gone forever. They're waiting for you in a pot of simmering lentils. Next time you're hobbling down the grocery aisle, reach for that bag of lentils. At under $2, it might be the best investment you'll ever make in your health, because you deserve to live, not just exist between pain pills. Who knew freedom could taste so good? Who would have thought? All this time, while we've been spending our hard-earned retirement on expensive prescriptions, the real medicine was sitting there in the grocery store for less than $1 a pound. Isn't it time you gave your joints what they've been begging for? After all, those grandchildren aren't going to chase themselves. Number 2, quinoa. You've probably never heard of it, but not to worry. That's why I'm here for you. Quinoa is the ancient secret your doctor isn't telling you about. Forget everything you thought you knew about healthy eating. While your neighbors are still choking down bland rice cakes, there's an ancient superfood that's been hiding in plain sight. Quinoa, that's quinoa for those of us who've been saying it wrong at the grocery store. Would you believe this tiny seed was once considered sacred by the Incas? They called it the mother grain, and for good reason. While those expensive prescription supplements sit in your medicine cabinet, this humble little powerhouse is silently outperforming them all for pennies on the dollar. Let me tell you something that shocked me to my core. Quinoa isn't even a grain. It's actually a seed related to spinach and beets. That's right. When you're eating quinoa, you're enjoying something completely different from the processed wheat products that have been sabotaging our health for decades. The protein content will make your head spin. While your grandchildren are spending fortune on those fancy protein shakes, you could be getting all 9 essential amino acids from this little miracle seed. The same complete protein profile found in meat, without the inflammation that comes with it. No wonder my friend Dorothy threw away her pain pills after adding quinoa to her diet. Remember when your doctor said those blood sugar spikes were just part of aging? Nonsense! Quinoa releases energy slowly, keeping your blood sugar steady as a rock. My neighbor Harold used to need his afternoon nap like clockwork until he switched his lunchtime rice for quinoa. Now he's gardening until sunset. Listen closely. This is the part they don't want you to know. For those of us struggling with stubborn weight that won't budge no matter what we try, quinoa might be the missing piece. Its unique combination of protein and fiber keeps you feeling satisfied for hours, without that desperate reaching for snacks that sabotages our best intentions. And your gut? Oh my goodness. Those expensive probiotic supplements gathering dust in your cabinet can't hold a candle to what quinoa does naturally. It feeds the good bacteria in your digestive system, helping them multiply and crowd out the troublemakers. My sister's digestive issues of 30 years improved in just 3 weeks of regular quinoa consumption. Yes, I know what you're thinking. But it's so expensive? Look closer at the math. For about $6 to $8 per pound, you're getting medicine, meal, and miracle all rolled into one. When 1 cup of dry quinoa swells to 3 cups cooked, you're looking at multiple meals that could save you thousands in healthcare costs down the road. Remember how our parents and grandparents taught us that an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure? They were right all along. While everyone else is chasing the latest health fad, this ancient seed has been quietly waiting to transform our golden years from surviving to thriving. Imagine waking up without stiffness. Picture yourself keeping up with the grandkids without reaching for the pain relievers. Think about your doctor's face when your next blood work comes back better than it has in years. That's not fantasy. That's what real food like quinoa can do when you give it a chance to work its magic. The greatest tragedy isn't growing older. It's missing out on simple solutions that have been right under our noses all along. Isn't it time you discovered what the Incas knew thousands of years ago? Number 3. Tofu. You can call it the arthritis-fighting food that everyone told you was just for hippies. Listen up, because what I'm about to tell you might just change everything about how your joints feel tomorrow morning. While your doctors have been writing prescriptions and your children have been sending you links to expensive supplements, a humble white block sitting in your grocery store for $2.99 might be the real answer you've been praying for. Tofu. Yes, that strange, spongy food your vegetarian niece brought to Thanksgiving. Who would have thought this could be the key to getting back on the dance floor? But science is showing us something remarkable that the medical establishment isn't rushing to tell you. Let me ask you something personal. Remember when you could open jars without wincing? When getting out of bed didn't require a 5-minute warm-up routine? When you could play with your grandchildren without counting how many pain pills you had left? What if I told you the ancient civilizations of Asia discovered something thousands of years ago that modern medicine is just now catching up to? Here's the shocking truth. Tofu contains all 9 essential amino acids your body desperately needs to rebuild those worn-down joints. While fancy protein powders are costing your neighbors $50 a container, you could be getting complete protein for less than the cost of a fancy coffee. But wait, it gets even better. Those omega-3 fatty acids everyone says you need fish for? Surprise! Tofu has them too. These natural anti-inflammatories work like WD-40 for your creaky joints, quietly soothing away inflammation while you sleep. My friend Martha couldn't turn her neck for years until she started eating tofu twice a week. Now she's back to her gardening, no prescription needed. Here's something your orthopedist probably never mentioned. Your bones and joints are starving for calcium and vitamin D, especially after 60. Most calcium supplements just pass right through you. Expensive urine, anyone? But the calcium in fortified tofu is actually absorbed by your body. Why? Because it comes with all the cofactors your body needs to actually use it. The real miracle workers in tofu are those isoflavones, natural compounds that act like your body's own personal maintenance crew, sweeping away inflammation and rebuilding damaged tissues. My neighbor Richard thought his golfing days were over until tofu entered his life. 6 months later, he improved his handicap by 7 strokes. But it tastes like nothing. I hear you saying, exactly, that's its superpower. Tofu soaks up whatever flavors you add to it like a delicious sponge. Marinate it in your favorite barbecue sauce. Crumble it into your spaghetti sauce. Blend the silken kind into your smoothie. Your taste buds won't know it's there, but your joints will. The pharmaceutical companies are hoping you never discover this, but people in Asia have been using tofu as medicine for centuries, while we've been popping pills with side effects longer than your grocery list. And unlike those medications that cost more than your first car, tofu costs pennies per serving. Listen carefully. You don't need to become a vegetarian or throw away your favorite recipes. Just start by swapping tofu for meat once or twice a week. Press the water out. Just put it between two plates with something heavy on top for 20 minutes. Cut it into cubes and toss it in whatever you're already cooking. Imagine waking up and being able to tie your shoes without groaning. Picture yourself playing catch with your grandkids without paying for it the next day. Think about dancing at your grandson's wedding instead of watching from the sidelines. That's not a fantasy. That's what happens when you give your body the exact nutrition it needs to fight back against years of wear and tear. While everyone else is complaining about getting older, you could be showing them what vitality after 60 really looks like. The choice is yours. You can keep doing what you've always done and getting the same results. Or you can try something so simple, so affordable, and potentially so life-changing that you'll wonder why nobody told you about it decades ago. Your joints are waiting. Isn't it time you gave them what they've been begging for? Number 4. What if I told you there's a tiny miracle hiding in your pantry that could change everything you know about fighting joint pain? Forget expensive medications and endless doctor visits. The real game changer is something so unassuming, so ordinary, that you've probably walked past it 1,000 times in the grocery store without a second glance. Picture this. You're sitting in your favorite chair, your joints aching like an old rusty gate, when suddenly someone reveals a nutritional secret that sounds too good to be true. Chickpeas, yes, those humble beige legumes, are about to become your body's most unexpected ally in the battle against arthritis. It's not magic. It's science wrapped in a delicious package that your taste buds will thank you for. Inflammation is the silent enemy that creeps through your body, causing pain with every movement. But what if you could fight back with something as simple as a handful of chickpeas? These little powerhouses are like tiny soldiers armed with an arsenal of nutrients that go to war against joint pain. Packed with plant-based protein, they rebuild your muscles from the inside out, creating a protective shield around your vulnerable joints. It's like hiring a personal bodyguard for your body, but instead of an expensive security detail, you're getting protection for just pennies per serving. The real shock comes when you understand the biochemical warfare happening inside your body. Polyphenols, nature's own inflammation fighters, are abundant in chickpeas. These microscopic warriors hunt down destructive free radicals like heat-seeking missiles, neutralizing the cellular damage that makes your joints scream in protest. Imagine turning your body into a fortress with chickpeas as the defensive line protecting every single cell. But wait, there's more. Vitamin C in chickpeas isn't just another nutrient. It's the master architect of collagen, the very substance that keeps your joints moving smoothly. Think of collagen as the body's natural WD-40, keeping everything lubricated and flexible. With each chickpea you consume, you're essentially giving your joints a spa treatment, helping them glide instead of grind. Magnesium plays a starring role in this health revolution. It's like a master relaxation coach for your muscles and nerves, helping to melt away tension that puts extra strain on your already struggling joints. Sleepless nights spent tossing and turning? Chickpeas might just be the natural remedy you've been searching for, helping to calm your nervous system and invite sweet, restorative sleep. The blood sugar connection is where things get really interesting. Those inflammatory spikes that make your arthritis feel like a raging fire? Chickpeas are like a gentle rain, cooling down the flames by stabilizing your blood sugar. Each bite is a strategic move in managing your body's inflammatory response, giving you more control than you ever thought possible. Forget bland, boring health food. These chickpeas are culinary chameleons, ready to transform into everything from crispy snacks to creamy hummus, from hearty stews to unexpected desserts. Imagine shocking your grandkids by sneaking chickpea flour into chocolate chip cookies or creating a curry that makes their jaws drop with flavor and nutrition. This isn't about another restrictive diet or impossible health regimen. This is about reclaiming your body, one chickpea at a time. You're not just eating, you're fighting back. You're proving that age is just a number and that your body has an incredible capacity to heal and thrive. So the next time you're in the grocery store, look at those chickpeas differently. They're not just a food, they're your secret weapon, your nutritional ally in the most important battle of your life. Are you ready to turn the tables on arthritis? Your journey starts with a single chickpea. An honorable mention is tempeh, but it's not in our #1 spot. Type "ready" in the comment section if you've received value and can't wait to hear the #1 affordable and life-changing plant protein. Ever heard of black beans? Black beans is the $1 miracle your doctor never told you about. Imagine a tiny, unassuming bean that could be the secret weapon against everything from creaky joints to heart troubles. While pharmaceutical companies are charging you hundreds for fancy supplements, nature has been quietly hiding the ultimate health solution right in your grocery store's bean aisle. Black beans, or as some old-world farmers call them, turtle beans, aren't just another boring health food. They're a powerhouse of healing that our ancestors knew about long before modern medicine came along. Think of them as nature's multivitamin packed into a humble little legume that costs less than your morning coffee. Let me tell you a story that will make your doctor drop his clipboard. My neighbor Richard was on 3 different medications for blood pressure, struggling to play with his grandkids. Then he started adding black beans to just 2 meals a week. 3 months later, his doctor couldn't believe the transformation. Blood pressure normalized, energy skyrocketed, and he was back to gardening like a man half his age. Here's something that will shock you. These little beans are like tiny soldiers fighting for your health. Imagine a food that can actually strengthen your bones, protect your heart, and balance your blood sugar, all while tasting absolutely delicious. Calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, they're all packed into this miracle bean, working together in a way no single pill ever could. Worried about diabetes? Black beans laugh in the face of blood sugar spikes. 1 cup of these magical legumes delivers more fiber than most people get in an entire day. It's like having a natural, delicious insulin manager right on your plate. Those expensive diabetes medications, they're getting nervous about these beans. Your heart is going to love you for this. The compounds in black beans are like a natural shield against heart disease. Quercetin and saponins work together to protect your cardiovascular system in ways those expensive cholesterol medications can only dream about. Imagine cleaning out your arteries while enjoying a delicious meal. That's the black bean magic. Cancer prevention? You heard that right. These beans are packed with folate, a nutrient that helps repair DNA and fight potential cancer cell formation. It's like having a tiny medical team working inside your body, all for the price of a can of beans. Who needs expensive supplements when nature has already created the perfect package? Let's talk about weight management, the battle most of us over 60 know all too well. Black beans are like nature's appetite suppressant. They keep you feeling full, satisfied, and energized. My Aunt Martha lost 12 pounds in 3 months just by adding these to her diet. No crazy exercise, no starvation diets, just real food doing its job. Digestive issues? Black beans are like a gentle housekeeper for your gut. They feed the good bacteria, keep things moving smoothly, and do it all without the uncomfortable side effects of those over-the-counter digestive supplements. Your intestines will be throwing a thank you party. Here's the most shocking part. You don't need to become a health guru or spend hours in the kitchen. Toss them in your salad, blend them into a dip, throw them in your soup. These beans are so versatile, they'll fit into any meal, any diet, any lifestyle. The pharmaceutical companies don't want you to know this, But real healing comes from real food. While they're busy creating expensive medications with endless side effects, nature has been providing the ultimate solution for pennies. Black beans aren't just a food, they're a revolution in a can. Your body has been begging for this. Your joints have been craving this nutrition. Your heart has been hoping for this protection. And it's been sitting right there in the bean aisle, waiting for you to discover its magic. Isn't it time you stopped surviving and started thriving? Your second act is waiting, and it starts with a simple can of black beans. Loved these health tips? Spread the word. Your share could change someone's life. Make sure to subscribe, drop a comment, and tell a friend. Together, we're not just watching videos. We're starting a health revolution. One bean, one legume, one natural solution at a time. Stay curious, stay healthy, stay connected. Until next time, keep fighting for your well-being.